Welcome back to another live stream for the Muzzle Broke channel. And today, actually, before I get started, because I got flagged yesterday, YouTube tried to put a strike on my channel for firearm sales. There are no firearm sales in this stream at all, nor on this channel in general. Nothing is for sale. I'm not affiliated with any company. There are no sales. There are no sales. I'm not selling anything. No sales, no sales, no sales, no sales, no sales, no sales. Okay, so now that we got the logistics out of the way, today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about AKs and suppressing AKs because it can be a little bit trickier than suppressing ARs. So, sorry, I'm eating dinner too. So AKs, just in general, are long stroke gas piston operated systems, and you absolutely can suppress them. The two suppressors that I guess I would talk specifically about today, one of them is on the RPK here, and that is going to be the Dead Air Wolverine. That suppressor is kind of made specifically for AKs, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about why specifically that's the case. I also have another suppressor on the table today. This one is going to be the Bushwhacker 46 suppressor by Griffin Armament. The Dead Air Wolverine is from Dead Air Suppressors. So when we're talking about suppressing AKs in general, there are a couple of super key things to keep in mind. The first and most important is kind of what they call concentricity of the barrel. To be honest, I don't know why everyone makes a super huge deal out of this specifically, because most of the AKs that I feel like folks my age have are really not going to have any sort of shitty threads to them. Basically, a lot of the surplus AKs in the market can basically have shitty concentricity, which essentially means the barrel is not threaded in the center of the barrel, which if you use a traditional suppressor like the Bushwhacker 46 here, could actually end up resulting in baffle strikes. A baffle strike is when the round goes through the suppressor and actually hits one of the suppression baffles inside the tube. Obviously, no bueno. So the Dead Air Wolverine specifically, this guy right here, has a couple of key modifications to the suppressor that kind of make it better a little bit for AKs. Kai says, nice weapons. Appreciate you, sir. Milad says hi. Someone says they're from Chirac. I don't know if that's China or Iraq. But anyways, Chicago. Even worse. Kai asks, do I have an MP5? I do not have an MP5. As far as PCCs, I have actually bought a Chris Vector instead of the MP5. Nice RPK. Thank you. So anyways, the Dead Air Wolverine, specifically the suppressor sitting right over here, does a couple of things to make it a little bit better for AKs. It actually has a little bit of a wider hole than 30 cal, so that if there is any misalignment with the AK threads, it's not going to cause a baffle strike. Although the Dead Air Wolverine is not a flow-through, says he has a Russian AK, oh, very fancy. Although from Pakistan, that's kind of cool. Although the Dead Air Wolverine is not a flow-through suppressor, it does have a little bit of a flow-through vibe to it, in a sense that it tries to mitigate some of the significant back pressure from the long stroke piston system, which is the operating system of our AKs. Best World War II weapon, PPSH 41. That one I just feel is such an absolute fucking vibe, and I like it. I really wish they would do some sort of PPSH 41 clone. He's got an MP40, one of the remakes that shoots 9mm. Anyways, Dead Air Wolverine is a pretty good AK suppressor, but to be honest, I don't really love to shoot my AKs suppressed. Personally, that's just kind of my personal preference, even if you have an adjustable gas block. So I do have a adjustable gas block on this weapon system right here, and this is gonna be the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch. If I kind of come from the front here, it's kind of hard to see, especially because I got all this crap on the weapon, but there is an adjustable gas block right in there that you can actually turn down the gas as to not overgas the weapon system with the suppressor. Now, for this gun specifically, I truly actually think that it shoots worse suppressed. A lot of the times, especially for like ARs and like PCCs, like the Chris Vector here, a suppressor usually like mitigates some of the recoil pretty substantially. And with AKs, it just doesn't seem to be the case. Even when we have an adjustable gas block like I do on this weapon, there's still a ton of gas blowback and you get a ton of gas to the face. I actually spent a ton of time tuning this guy specifically to use both. I tried with both the Bushwhacker 46 by Griffin Armament and the Dead Air Wolverine. And I was really just trying to get this to be as low recoiling and as low gas, as the least amount of gas that I could get back. So I tuned this gas block essentially all the way down till this was like a bolt action rifle, and then slowly tuned the gas up so it cycled appropriately with the suppressor. And even when I did that, it still got a ton of gas back to the face. And to be incredibly honest, with this muzzle device that I have on the gun, this muzzle device mitigates a ton of recoil because it is a muzzle brake. Now, it's a little bit ridiculous on a shorty AK, I'm aware, but having the muzzle brake on this weapon, like it makes it the most flat shooting weapon that I like have ever shot. I mean, it shoots that full caliber 30 cal 7.62 by 39. And with the muzzle device, I mean, it just shoots really smooth and really flat. And obviously when you're adding on a suppressor to one of these guns, you essentially negate the muzzle device. And you switch out the muzzle device for the suppressor. Now, this is like a taper mount, whatever muzzle device. So you can slop one of these suppressors on and not take the muzzle device off, but you're not getting the benefits of the muzzle brake when you're using a suppressor. To me, even with the tunable gas block, I prefer this weapon unsuppressed. Obviously, it's louder, there's a bigger muzzle flash, but it actually shoots for me a lot flatter and a lot faster unsuppressed with the muzzle brake. Kind of the same thing for this full-size AK as well. I'm not running anything super crazy up front on this guy. I just kind of have that traditional AK slant brake. But even just that traditional AK slant brake for me tends to mitigate a lot of the muzzle flip and recoil of the weapon. And when you're shooting suppressed, you don't get that added benefit. This gun, the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch, which is super short barrel, got incredibly gassy. Same thing with the RPK. I'm actually kind of surprised that I have the Wolverine still on the RPK because shooting this with the suppressor, it just turned into an absolute gassy nightmare, and it was not fun. JJ says, not the drum mag. Oh yeah, the Chinese drum mag, baby. 70 for YouTube's purposes, the 1-round drum. Questionable reliability with the drum mag. For some reason, the drum mag liked the full-size AK, and it cycled pretty darn well. It did not cycle in this gun, which was very sad because I kind of bought that drum mag specifically for this guy right here. It cycles okay in the RPK, but it cycled the best on the full 16-inch AK here, so that's kind of the home that she lives in. I would appreciate any subscribes to the channel if you guys aren't already subscribed. We have a ton of content, a ton of live streams, a ton of fun. I try and keep it fun and entertaining for y'all. Now, when we're comparing something like a traditional suppressor to the Dead Air Wolverine suppressor, I do feel that the Dead Air Wolverine works a little bit better on the AK platform specifically. And to be honest, that's not an incredible shock because the Wolverine was made specifically for AKs and like KomBlock platforms. Honestly, I think my favorite thing about the Wolverine is that it is just based off of that Russian design. So it has like a super vibey look to it. And it's pretty, like, I don't know, it looks pretty sick. As far as practicality, I don't want to say I regret buying it, but for, what I paid for it, is it actually really giving me an incredible tactical advantage, we'll say? And I think my answer to that would unfortunately have to be no. If you really wanted to shoot suppressed, oh, what's up, Pickles? How you doing, boss? Um, if you really wanted to shoot your AK suppressed, I don't think the Dead Air Wolverine is a bad option. I really would like to try the Putnik suppressor. I think that's by Resilient Arms, but even the Putnik is not a flow-through suppressor. And I'm not sure how much you guys keep up with suppressor news, but the flow-through suppressors are 100% the move. Basically, with the flow-through suppressors, you know how much I was complaining about all the gas I got to the face with this? The flow-through suppressors essentially push the gas out of the suppressor and not back into the weapon system. Dr. Chaotic says, nice bayonet. Thank you, sir. This is just like one of the old Romanian bayonets I had laying around, because I actually bought it for this gun. But with the little Zenico clone handguard, you can still see the bayonet lug, but it just didn't quite fit, which kind of sucked. So I figured I'd put it to good use. So I just zip tied and taped it to the Rifle Dynamics Quick Edge here. I just thought it was super vibey, especially with like the shovel handle and like all the, shitty tape. And I figured I'd throw a nice shitty bayonet on the front too. But yeah, the Wolverine is a good suppressor for what it is. I actually prefer this suppressor quite a bit more. I guess I'll rant about that later. I guess if I could go back in time, I probably would just stick with one of the flow-through suppressors. Airsoft, yes, 100%. Fake. You were the same dude yesterday that was commenting that too. Yeah, but the flow-through suppressors definitely they make a huge difference. My buddy has a bunch of the, oh shit, man, what's the company that gives the flow-through suppressors? Huxworks. He's got a couple of the, he got that AK decked out like a Mexican truck. Yes, I do. The Huxworks flow-through suppressors are definitely the move. And if I was in the market for a new suppressor, which at this point in time, I'm really not, because to be honest, I'm not like a super huge fan of shooting suppressed. But if I were in the market for a new suppressor, I think I would definitely check out the Huxworks suppressors, because that flow through in the system. Sorry, I'm like chewing. Pickles' nephew has some airsoft guns. I am the nephew. Pickles is actually my uncle, or the Funkle, the fun uncle, as we should call him. He asks, do I like drum mags? No, I don't. This one, every drum mag I've ever had seems to be incredibly like finicky. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This mag specifically, it works pretty well in the full size AK that I have here. It works decent in the RPK, and it does not run on this short guy at all, which is actually really surprising, because this gun does have an adjustable gas block to it. So I really thought that I could like tune this gun to work with the drum mag, and I couldn't. Overall, I think drum mags are usually really expensive. They're usually a pain in the butt to load, and their reliability is incredibly questionable, to say the least. Pickles says, if you were my nephew, I'd give you a real gun and see what happens. Well, Pickles, these are all your guns that you gifted to me, because I am indeed your nephew. Yeah, so how much are drum mags? Sorry, Sean, I'm gonna get to your question in a second. Yeah, I got this one for $80, and I had to like pry it out of this lady's hands. Like she had it marked up to, I think, fucking like $120, and I was like, I'm not paying that. This is not the first drum mag I've owned. I actually owned one for the Sega 12 that didn't work, ended up selling it. I owned one for AR, it didn't work. It sucked. All right, so Sean asks, what's the best starter AK? I'm looking to get one for cheap, and I'm struggling to find a good one. mainly just because I don't know the best attributes for an AK. I've worked with ARs more. Yeah, man. So I'd actually really recommend one of the PSA AKs, especially if you're just kind of starting out in AKs. You really can't go wrong with that. As far as like the traditional AKs, the GF3 series, it's called, by Palmetto State Armory, you can get a blemished one on their website, like pretty cheap. Um, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. Are there quote unquote like better AKs? I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, this one was $3,000, right? But I wouldn't recommend that for a starter AK. If you just want an AK to like dip your toe in the platform, play around with it, see if you like it, I would buy one of the blemished PSA ones because you can get them like sub 650. Calcine Gecko says, I'm a lover of the Huxworks suppressors. He's got the 5.56 and the 22. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, shooting a flow through versus like side by side shooting like a traditional suppressor is really night and day. Like I said, I mean, if I were to go back in time, I really do love this one, and I'll talk about why. But going back in time, I probably wouldn't have bought the Wolverine. I'd probably buy one of the Huxworks 30 cal ones, and just like, they just shoot so much better. Why do real guns cost more than airsoft? I think because they're metal. Don't tell your parents I gave you those. Yeah, Dad, I won't, man. What is the best pistol I've ever used? So, define best. Fastest shooting, you're going to want to do any sort of like 2011 platform, but you are, of course, going to decrease reliability with the 2011s and any sort of like double stack 9mm. But as far as like the best, fastest, yeah, you're definitely going to want to go with some sort of like ported 2011. Pickles, there's no way you bought a Romanian AK for $200. There's absolutely no way. And if you did, I definitely need to be gifted that this Christmas because that's like absurd. I have not seen an AK cheaper than like $700, and like even some of the old like shitty stuff at the gun show, everyone wants to sell them for thousands and thousands. Mike asks, do I have a AR-15? Yeah, man, I got a couple. I'm going to pull them out at some point, and they're featured on the channel quite a bit. But to be honest, I kind of am more of a like AK dude. So just wanted to pop out the AKs today and talk a little bit about suppressing them specifically before I got derailed. Calcine Gecko, my next purchase will be a hybrid 46 cal can for my Strybog. Sadly, Huxworks doesn't have any. Dude, I'm sure they will here pretty soon. If I were actually recommending a 45 caliber can, I actually would really recommend this one. So what I got on the table right now is a Bushwhacker 46 suppressor. And everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I forget to panhandle midstream, but panhandle. Please subscribe to the channel. I got lots of cool guns, lots of cool content. Lots of cool stuff on the channel, lots of videos dropping daily. Subscribe. I want to quit my job. Pickles, I bought it from a guy that owns a gun shop and was broke and desperate. That's the best way you got to find people. Mike asks, do I have a Deagle? No, I don't, unfortunately. I actually did a video a couple days ago. Like that's one of the guns I definitely want moving forward. It's just so incredibly impractical that it makes it like a real tough purchase. And of course I would want like the gold, like 50 cal one, which makes it even more expensive. He was broke and desperate, and it was sitting in the corner with the tag still on it. He paid $200 for it, so I bought it for $200. That's fucking insane. You know, you could probably flip that for like $2K, right? Calcine Gecko, this is the Bushwhacker 46 suppressor. Not that it's the best, like 45 caliber suppressor in all the land, but it obviously is 45 cal. This guy usually lives on the Vector here because that is chambered in 45 ACP for me. But the really cool thing about this one specifically is that it'll shoot 22 LR through 450 Bushmaster. So it's kind of like a one and done suppressor. So for people who hate giving the government $200 every time, or just kind of want to do all suppressor, this is an absolutely great option. I've shot 22, 9mm, 5.56, 300 blackout, 7.62 by 39, 45 ACP. Like you can shoot absolutely everything through this, and it actually does a pretty good job. If you go on, I don't know, one of the silencer websites, you can look at the decibel ratings for different calibers of this one, and it actually does pretty good. Like it actually does the same decibel reduction for like 22 as a 22 dedicated suppressor. Obviously the trade-off is going to be that it's a pretty fucking big can, but you can kind of just buy one suppressor and be done with it. Like literally every gun that I have sitting out here, like I can throw this on. Sir White says hello. Hello, Sir White. Pickles, I'm just still like reeling that you got that AK for $200. That's crazy. But as far as AK suppression goes, the Wolverine is a vibe for sure. I think the Putnik is questionably more vibey. But for my research on the Putnik specifically, it didn't really have a great mounting system. Like it was just direct thread. And I don't really have a ton of experience with direct threads suppressors specifically, but they walk off, right? I mean, I'd much rather have like a taper mount muzzle device, and that's in fact usually what I run on all my guns. So I got a taper mount muzzle device on the Vector, taper mount muzzle device on the Quick Hatch here, and those actually can fit both the Bushwhacker as well as the Dead Air Wolverine 2. The one kind of cool thing about the Dead Air Wolverine is that it comes out of the box like it actually. I'm going to walk over there. So the Wolverine suppressor actually mounts like to the detent pin in the AK platforms, which is kind of cool. So it is direct thread, but there's that little collar there that mounts it to the detent. So it makes sure it's not going to walk off over time. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. My biggest gripe with the Dead Air Wolverine, aside from it not being a flow-through suppressor, is that like to put it on a bunch of different guns, you need like 8,000 adapters, which is really fucking annoying. Like I had to buy a hub adapter so I could put it on like a muzzle device. And I want to say the hub adapter was like $100. And let's say, for example, I had like a Krinkov that had a different thread pitch. Like you have to buy a different like thread adapter for it to thread on, which is just, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but like it really kind of irritates me. That's like, all right, I paid $700 for a suppressor. I paid $200 for a tax stamp. I waited a bunch of time, and now I still have to buy more like adapters from Dead Air to actually use the suppressor on all my guns. It kind of is just a little bit of a buzzkill, if I'm being completely honest. If I have some new friends on the live stream today, welcome to the Muzzle Broke live stream. I would really appreciate a subscribe to the channel. I got tons of content dropping all the time. Please leave a comment. I love chit-chatting in the comment section of these lives specifically, but in general, I am pretty responsive to comments. Again, today, the main kind of topic was trying to talk about suppressing AKs, if I think it's worth it, which suppressors would I use. Again, overall, the answer is, do I think it's worth it? No. I prefer the muzzle device to mitigate recoil versus the suppressor to mitigate flash and sound. I will say that, especially with this short barrel one, this is, I would say, questionably hearing safe suppressed, which is cool. But to me, even when I'm shooting suppressed at the range, I'm using ear protection. My only caveat to do I think it's worth it to suppress AKs, the time I would answer yes would be in some sort of like home defense CQB setup. Now again, with this gun specifically, because I do use this for home defense when it's not in like Mexican truck mode, as Pickles says. But when you flop a suppressor on the end of this one, you do lose the recoil and muzzle flip reduction of the muzzle brake in trade for the suppressor, decreasing the sound, the flash, and for this guy specifically, decreasing the concussion of this is huge. You know, if I were shooting this inside, I mean, I know how loud and ridiculous it is even at outdoor ranges. So for me to shoot this in the house, like in some sort of like break-in scenario, unsuppressed, would be absolutely miserable. Muzzle broke. The guy I bought it from, his name is Robert in Orange Park, Florida. And he has an Army Navy surplus store. I'll probably go look it up and give him a call. He's got a bunch of shit, and he's broken and desperate all the time. Okay, so screen grabbing that and saving that for when I'm bored at work. Because I do like broken, desperate people when they're selling weapons. Thanks, Pickles. But this was the first suppressor I got. The Bushwhacker 46. Because, excuse me, I'm almost over my illness here. But this was the first one I got because I wanted to be one and done. I think for what suppressors are, they're incredibly overpriced. I mean, to have like essentially a muzzle device that costs, I mean, basically $1,200 plus whatever adapters you need for it. I mean, I think it's just kind of absurd, right? Every time you get like a new suppressor, you got to play the muzzle device game, and like each muzzle device ends up costing like $100, and then like it's insane. You think you with a gun? Don't really know what that means. But like I said, I bought this to kind of try and be a one and done solution to all my suppressor needs, and to be honest, it kind of is. I'm going to show you a switch when I get to your house. Okay. Sounds very safe and legal. Drop low. Nah, man, I'm cool. But yeah, this one will do, like I said, I'll shoot 22 through this. I actually have it set up in kind of like handgun mode now with the piston booster. So I can rock it on any of the handguns that I have. But I've shot this 22 LR, 9mm, 45 with the Vector. That button, Finico. Ba, 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 ba. All right. I think that's the United Healthcare guy right there. Appreciate the sick builds. I try my best. But yeah, man, this suppressor is pretty dope because you can shoot just about anything through it but 12 gauge. I think it would be kind of cool to have a 12 gauge suppressor because it's actually one of the calibers I use most frequently just for like hunting and stuff. Okay. Interesting characters today. That's all right. I love the comments. Yeah, so that's kind of like to shit on the Wolverine suppressor a little bit. Oh, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, man. I do love me some subscribers. Still a small channel relatively, but this has actually been growing a lot faster than I thought it would. So I do really appreciate all the subscribes. I would say one of the cool things about like subscribing to my channel specifically is I would actually prefer you shoot at me with the Glock with the switch because you would not be able to hit the side of a fucking barn with it. I'm cool with the Draco as long as you rock it as I know you're going to without any sort of stock and just kind of firing it up in the air. I'm fully confident in my ability to evade both of those weapon systems. But yeah, man, fuck was I going to say? Yeah, I'm not sponsored. I don't get anything for free. So actually today I dropped a video basically shitting on the new Echelon 4.0C. Because dude, like seeing these gun guys that get these guns for free and just be like, oh, it's such a cool gun, like you gotta buy it. It's like, well, dude, well, no fucking shit you're saying that. There's no way you have, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna entertain this. But yeah, man, a lot of these gun tubers get everything for free and they fucking say it's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, dude, because you got it for free. So I don't do that, which is always a plus. You can actually get a little bit more accurate information if you listen to someone who doesn't get literally everything for free. And I did not get any of this for free. It is all incredibly expensive. Dude, this guy is like really trying to like murder. It's weird. Um, Yeah, man. As far as the Echelon 4.0C, I actually did like rent that at the gun shop the other day. And dude, it's just kind of like it's a Glock 19. It's a Glock 19 with no aftermarket support and no long-term durability studies, essentially. I really don't know why anyone would get that over, I'm gonna catch me some ops today. Nah, I'm cool, man. You're cool. No worries. I appreciate you tuning into the live and clowning with me. I do enjoy the clowning. Nah, I have no beef. There's nothing you can do to irritate me. Yeah, but the Echelon 4.0C and the Glock 19 shoot like incre- incredibly. Oh yeah, he's gonna sub. Yeah, I love it. Thanks, man. No, dude, I really that's how me and Pickles became homies, man. Before he was my uncle, he was a comment clowner. So I do really appreciate the clowning in the comments. To me, like, dude, this channel is just all for fun. I mean, obviously we talk about some like serious practical applications sometimes, but dude, fuck that. We're having a good time. So I appreciate the sub G6 underscore emoji. Let's go. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, I was shitting on the Echelon C. Not that it's a bad gun, but to have I don't know, like to come out with a new clone of a Glock 19, like a gun that's been around forever, that has like such a history of reliability and like, I don't know. I don't really know why you would buy the Echelon 4.0C over like a Glock 19. How much for the Vector? This is not a sales. No sales. No sales. YouTube flagged me on my live yesterday, so I forgot I was supposed to scream, this is not a firearm sales. Like, there are no sales. No sales. No sales. No sales. But the Vector costs, this one's in 45, yeah, 45 ACP. I'm just trying to power think. I paid 1,700 for it. Oh, dude, yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I try to not be the cringy infomercial gun tuber. Hey guys, today we're going on the Vector, and I got it for free. It's really awesome. You should buy it. No, it's not this channel. Yeah, Vector was $1,700. The stock was another 200. The mag was another 40. The grip was another 40. The Vector in 45, I actually had to add a adapter to put this muzzle device on to use it with this suppressor. So, I mean, it's got a lot of money into it. Is it a clean gun? I keep all of my guns clean, very clean, but I think what you're asking is it a cool gun, a clean gun in that sense? I like it, man. For the price, is it worth it? Practically speaking, no. I would much rather like if we're actually talking about like any sort of like self-defense weapon or something like that, I would actually recommend like a short-barreled like AR or short-barreled AK, as opposed to just having something in like 45 ACP. Not on the cops data. No, none of my guns are on the cops data. Yeah, dude, it's a badass gun. Like, it's definitely cool. Like, I appreciate the envy when I whip it out at the range. But it's just one of those things where, like, I love it. I would never sell it, but for what I paid for it, is it the most practical? You should, if you like your questionably, whatever, check out the Franklin Armory binary trigger for the Glock 17. For the low price of $1,000 you could buy one from Franklin Armory. I think that price is absolutely absurd, but it is what it is, I guess. I really would like there to be binary triggers just never seem to be reliable at all. You got the binary G6? Oh man, Pickle's calling me out. You should, if you want the HJ Pickles, you should try 5 and below. They're $5 and below there usually. We all know the best gun for self-defense is the Mosin Nagant, 100%. I feel like I would honestly just prefer to use the bayonet. Yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, no sales though. No sales. No sales. No sales. No, I don't want to buy anything because there's no sales on the channel. All right, yeah, Joe. So suppressing AKs was the topic I was trying to talk about. Actually, funny enough, the full-size AK actually suppresses the best, which I guess kind of makes sense if they're kind of building suppressors specifically around like 16-inch versions. Yeah, the 16-inch seems to be the least gassy. It seems to negate the muzzle device the least, meaning like it still does reduce muzzle flip and recoil in a sense, not as well as the slant brake. I'm actually a pretty huge fan of just like the normal slant brake on the AK. Not only is it a fucking vibe, but it actually works pretty darn well. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning into the live stream. If you're not subscribed, check out the Muzzle Bro channel and hit me with a subscribe. There's tons of content dropping all the time. I got shorts, I got longs, I got live, we got it all. If you could, I mean, check out some of my long form videos because I think they're actually pretty good. And for some reason, the YouTube algorithm just like does not push the long form videos at fucking all, which is a little bit frustrating because it takes super duper a forever amount of time to make the long form videos. But yeah, so today, the guns that I got on the table. So this is actually just the PSA GF4 because longboards are whack. I don't know, what's a longboard? Like the skateboard? Actually, I had one in undergrad, actually. I enjoyed my longboard. I left it in my ex-girlfriend's trunk and she fucking threw it away when she broke up with me, actually. She fucking stabbed me. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, long form videos get less views because most people just doom scroll shorts. Yeah, correct. Oh yeah, this guy is non-binary, by the way. Yeah, my pronouns are sir/daddy. Josh says, didn't you say longboard? Man, I hope not, or I'm straight up losing my mind. No, what was I talking about? I was just talking about the suppression of the 16-inch. Oh yeah, PSA GF4 with the chrome line barrel. Rocking some like Zeneco clone handguard, Zeneco clone grip. Rocking the EOTech 512 on top as well. Got the good old-fashioned Chinese drum here also. I'm trying to remember what grip this is. This is the Palm Arms. It looks like the Tango down grip, but it's a little bit different. And then also just kind of rocking like the wood stock with a little bit of tapey tape on the back. Thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate it. Yeah, I usually, if I am going to run this suppressor, the Dead Air Wolverine that I have hanging out on the RPK, I usually do prefer that to be on the 16-inch just because for some reason the 16-inch seems to be the sweet spot. Usually when I'm running my like normal suppressors like the Bushwhacker 46, I kind of prefer it on ARs or PCCs like the Chris Vector here. And this guy does actually work pretty well with pistol suppression. All right, man, I gotta go. I have school at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I'll binge your videos tomorrow, as I promised. I really appreciate that, dog. Appreciate you tuning into the live. Appreciate your comments as well, and I really do appreciate the subscribe, so thank you. G6 emoji, are you the one, did you say you lived in Chicago? Muhammad says, man, this is better than my college graduation day. Good, man. Well, subscribe to the channel. Everyone subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. All of these guns are featured an incredible amount. Like I said, I do have like new videos straight up every single day. And I do enjoy talking about this stuff. Again, I'm trying to think of Pickles. Help me out here. Pickles, are you still there? If you're still there, comment. But yes, sir, Chicago. Dude, yeah, stay safe in Chicago, brother. He's got a short when it's cold and a long when it's hot. Hell yeah, baby. Pickles, what would you say the vibe of the channel is? Or do you only watch the live streams, Pickles? I don't know if you've actually seen like any of my legit sees content. But no, the vibe is kind of like there's some serious stuff, but there's also a lot of fun. Everyone does like the shorts because everyone, including myself, does have ADHD, if you can't tell from me trying to read these comments in an effective manner. But everyone take your Adderall and watch my damn long form videos. But, well, all right, so Pickles, how the hell are you watching these lives every day if you have ADD, because these lives have been long as shit. I guess the comments make the live streams a little bit more ADHD vibes. G6 emoji says, I'm in the trap right now, so we smoking right now. Nice. Hopefully some legal substances. Pickles says, tell us about the girlfriend that stabbed you. We all want to hear about it. All right, Pickles, if one more person comments they want me to tell that story, I will tell that story today on the live stream. Muhammad says, are you in Texas? Because all Texans carry a lot of guns. I am not, no. G6 emoji, no. There's no sales. No sales on the channel. There are no sales on the channel. All right, Boy Marauder, tell us about the girlfriend that stabbed you. I will. Josh says, you said long form. Yeah, the horizontals or the hamburgers. Pickles, yeah, I am in San Francisco. Shit, all right. If you guys really want to hear the girlfriend stabbing story. No, G6, there's no sales. No sales. Get out of here. Yeah, so the girl that stabbed me, this was, I think, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago now. It was a little while ago. Was super drunk in my apartment. Show us a picture of the girlfriend while you tell us the story. I've been stabbed by an X2 dog. It happens. Hell yeah. Look at this brotherhood. No, I'm trying to remember. Like, she was really drunk and I was drunk and she was really pissed off. And I kind of I was trying to get her out of the apartment because we were just kind of screaming at each other. Like, it was like to the point where like one of the neighbors came and like knocked down. And I was like, dude, like you got to get out of here, right? And she just straight up wouldn't leave, right? So I grabbed my phone. And I was like, dude, like I'm not this dude, but like I'm gonna call the cops on you or something, right? And she was like took my phone and like threw it. And then I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna leave then. So I was trying to leave my apartment and she pulled like one of my steak knives on me, right? And fucking cut me with the steak knife because I was trying to leave. And then I dated her for the next 4 months and then we broke up. Womp, womp, womp. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. No one's buying anything, unfortunately, but I appreciate the comments, G6. G6, have you been stabbed before? Boy Marauder says, nice sounding lady. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I think of her still. It is what it is, dog. Pickles, she sounds like a nice girl. Yeah, it's one of those things where, are they crazy when I get them or do I just like make them crazy? You got to accept some responsibility for some of that shit. Why do I hear the sound of an eagle when I see these weapons? I heard maybe it's yes sir, I've been stabbed, but now they not breathing no more. Good Lord. Okay. No sales, no firearm sales. Everyone subscribe to the channel. It's always a fucking clown show here. Suppressing AKs, don't do it. It's a scam. It's more fun with muzzle devices. Is the takeaway from today's this live derailed quicker and more intensely than other lives in previous years. Oh man. Pickles, are you married? Do you have a wife and kids? I want to know some Pickles lore now that I'm just giving away all the lore. I called my ex-wife stupid one time and she picked up a steak knife. Why is everyone getting stabbed? Why are we all stabbies? It's crazy. There's no sales of steak knives on this channel either. I have absolutely not a single clue in the world what bang your set means. So Pickles, are you divorced then, I assume? Because I see ex-wife. Maybe. Pickles. Yeah, all right. I didn't even get through the guns. Palmetto State Armory, GF4, 16-inch, full-size AK, Rifle Dynamics. I'm really doing my best to not get this live stream shut down. I did a live stream for 2 hours yesterday, and they flagged it, and they tried to shut it down and take away all my precious watch hours. It was horrible. So no firearm sales, no firearm sales, no firearm sales. I'm just gonna keep saying that on loop. Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch 762 by 39. We got the Chris Vector hanging out because I just keep forgetting to put it away after I'm done with these damn live streams. And we also have the RPK. I love the RPK. I actually probably haven't shot this one the most. I've been divorced twice. Big shocker. Pickles. Why you keep getting divorced, man? You got to stop getting married at some point, right? Yeah, man. Okay. Do you ever lever action? I do enjoy a lever action. I do enjoy a lever action. They're good guns, man. I think I might have one somewhere in the gun safe. I think I might have a super old one. King Rex says, I finally got to shoot the LCP Max. Oh, that's cool, man. Did you enjoy? I haven't shot the Max. I've shot the like the old school LCP, and it just kind of feels a little like cheap and junky, unfortunately. But so maybe the Max is a little bit better. But yeah, no, lever actions are cool. I think I would really enjoy G6 emoji. I'm absolutely going to like Google Maps where this is after this. Getting married is their idea, and getting divorced is also their idea too. Are you going to go for a third, Pickles? You're going to go for a third little wifey? Think about all the money that you're squandering on these divorces. I feel like isn't that kind of like an expensive process? Because what, you got to pay like, I don't know, don't they like take half your stuff? So if you've been divorced twice, right? So if you have 100% of your things and then you get divorced, you're down to 50%. And then if you get divorced again, you're down to like 25% of your net value, which seems a wee bit suboptimal, I guess. No, guys, can't we all, we're all friends. We're all getting along. Look, we've all been stabbed. Those are bonding experiences. King Rex, yes, we're talking about the LCP Max. Yes, it felt good. I thought it would be more snappy. I'm 135 and it was comfortable to shoot. Well, good. I wonder how much that actually costs. I don't think I have really looked up the LCP Max in too much great detail. What else? Oh man, I actually got to probably get going pretty soon. I would like to make it the full hour, but I'm running out of things to talk about. I did not know that Chirac was Chicago. That had to be explained to me early on. Thank God we didn't have any kids, so it wasn't that bad, but they got a house. They just got the houses? Houses, plural? Pickles, how much money do you have? You're just giving away houses for free? You're a terrible uncle. I want a house. That's absolutely wild. Pickles, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I want to know, like, if I'm ahead of the curve on my 0 divorces or if I'm, like, right on par to get divorced twice. Just the houses. I just can't get over the fact that the houses are plural. I don't think I showed these off today, but look at the flip mags. Aren't the flip mags a vibe? I fuck with the flip mags. I think they're a ton of fun. Get the flip mags, got the drum, and then the 40-round RPK mag too. There's just something about this RPK that really does it for me. The 75-year anniversary is on sale for $280. That's pretty good for the LCP Max, man. That's a pretty good deal. Oh boy, what a live stream today, boys. I really do. These comments truly are just so appreciated. The RPK looks amazing. Well, thank you. I did kind of end up doing like a custom like finish on this. It's kind of like that battle worn finish. RPK is rocking the Dead Air Wolverine. I actually have a Russian surplus sling, and I actually did have to add the carry handle aftermarket. Didn't even know they made an aftermarket carry handle, but that was kind of cool. And then all the wood furniture is, Jesus Christ, Romanian. Wolverines, yes, love me the Wolverine suppressor. It's pretty dope. We were talking about it earlier today. If you're just tuning in to the Muzzlebroke live stream, please like and subscribe to the channel. I have new content all the time. I'm pretty biased, but I think my content is super hella dope. The live streams are an absolute fucking blast. I really love clowning in the comments. Today we discovered that Pickles has been divorced twice, has lost multiple houses, and that 3 of us have been stabbed before, which is pretty cool. G6 Emoji says that he is 15 years old. That is interesting. And Pickles is 49. I am in between those ages, I guess, not to give away my age. I have started using Rogaine, so that's exciting. But my hairline's still pretty good. Yeah. We're all friends. You can tell us how old you are. That's just what the feds would want me to do. Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch with the bayonet, the zip-tied bayonet. I really would like to do some sort of content with this gun, with the bayonet specifically. Like I'm picturing like stabbing a pumpkin and then like shooting it or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm somewhere in between there. None ya business. Agree. I don't really think I've ever talked about the BCM vertical grip that I'm running on this guy too, but I actually do really like the BCM vertical grip. It's a ton of fun. I feel like you actually get a really good hand placement with this and a lot more recoil mitigation and recoil control. Buttons.owl? What the hell is that gun? Steak knife for a bayonet, yes. Okay, fuck, I need to switch this out immediately. So this is the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch that I've kind of, I call this gun the Abomination because it's like all shitty. But yeah, like kind of zip tied, taped a Romanian bayonet to the front, BCM vertical grip. I'm actually rocking the rocking the flip mags on it as well. Tango down, pistol grip, and the shovel handle stock for this bad boy. Also, probably my favorite gun in the collection, so I'm glad you enjoy it. What else? I'm a little surprised when you have an AK and not an M16. Are you really an American? If you were an American, you would have an M16 and an eagle on your shoulder. I actually do kind of have I won't say it's an M16, but why'd you retract the message, Muhammad? Say it with your chest, homie. What the fuck was I saying? I do have a like M4 clone AR that I have in the collection that I, actually have been enjoying quite a bit. Today's kind of overarching live stream topic was supposed to be like suppressing AKs and just kind of my thoughts on different AK suppressors and if it's actually worth it. Of course, Pickles and G6 Emoji derailed the shit out of me in the comments section, but that is very much appreciated because that is a collection of you. Can you make that to your garage? Like make my garage a gun room? I guess I could. I wouldn't do that though. But thank you. Yeah, I enjoy the AK collection. I actually have a couple more AKs or AK variants, in the back. Show us your whole collection and all of the ammo you have. Well, Mr. Pickles, if I did that, you wouldn't keep showing up every day for more. I gotta breadcrumb you, baby. Come on, you know how it is with those women and the divorces. You gotta give them a little bit at a time. Have them keep coming back. I'm actually kind of running low on rounds as of late. I do need to buy some more. Man, oh man, I do not want to spend the fucking money buying fucking bulk 1,000 cases of rounds for like $500. It really hurts my soul a lot of the times. It's no bueno. Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch, PSA, AK, the RPK hanging out in the background, and the Chris Vector hanging around in the background as well. Bushwhacker 46 suppressor, kind of the one and done suppressor. No, what I mean is the AK you got. Can you make that to your bench? Like, can you make this at home? Is that what you're kind of asking? Sorry, I'm not trying to be like a turd. I don't really understand the question. But yeah, RPK, AK, suppressor, PCC. I really need to get the Vector out of here. I feel like this has just been in the background for like the past 4 live streams, and there's like really no significant purpose for me having the Vector here, except just to chat about. But I feel like you guys like the Vector. I guess I don't really have a ton of content with the Vector on the channel, but there's a decent amount. For those of you watching, please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. I have a ton of content coming all the time. Pretty much going to be doing a live stream almost every day I can. And If I am not on a live stream, there's definitely going to be some shorts for you ADD people and some long form content as well. Yes, G6 emoji. How may I help you, sir? I want to finish. Oh yeah, all right. So to answer Owls' button owls, maybe whatever. All right. To answer his question, can you make this at home? In a sense. So the one thing that you can't is, like, again, it's kind of hard to see, but check out, like, I have a bunch of videos on this Rifle Dynamics AK on the channel. Check out those videos. But you can't get this rail, like the Rifle Dynamics rail, you can't really put on by yourself. But as far as these other pieces, yeah, I literally just zip tied this bayonet and taped around it. The flip mags, I actually have a full length tutorial on a long form video that I posted, I think last week, on how I kind of made these flip mags. So you can absolutely make the flip mags at home and the tape job as well. The shovel handle here in the back is actually a collab between JMac Customs and Goon Tape. So I only figured it appropriate to Goon Tape the gun. I'm actually not sure if you could buy this yet. I actually got this for free at this like AK event a good handful of months ago. Mohammed says, we have a special move if the weapon runs out of bullets. We don't reload. We just throw the weapon and look for another one. It's a special move. I think I'd just use the bayonet. I think that'd be more fun. We in the trap right now. Good for you. Oh, man. G6 emoji, I want you to be safe, my friend. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to be harmed. I need you to stay safe in Chicago so you can keep consuming my content. No firearm sales, by the way. No firearm sales, no firearm sales, no firearm sales, no firearm sales, no firearm sales. YouTube yelled at me yesterday, and I don't want to get yelled at again. It was a very unpleasant experience, I'm not going to lie. What does UNC stand for? G6 emoji. He says, thanks, Muzzle, but I might be gone by tomorrow. Yeah, well, as long as you subscribe to the channel today. Praying every day. Well, you know what? I'll say a prayer for you tonight before bed. G6 emoji. We'll do a special little pray session. Nice rifle from Michael. Thank you. Which one? Don't know, but I think they're all pretty nice. If anyone is just tuning in, welcome to the Muzzle Broke Live. Please subscribe to the channel. Got lots of content. There are no firearm sales at the channel. UNC means old person. Wah, wah. Do you say the letters? Do you say UNC or do you say like UNC? I don't know what O block is. I need to watch some more Chicago PD. Buttons, owls, you got any old weapons? Yeah, the oldest weapon that I have in the system is actually from 1917. It's a bolt action Italian gun, which is pretty cool. Out of the guns I have up here, the RPK is actually stamped 1970. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Schliembier 60 round mag for the AK. Yeah, I got this 40 rounder rocking in the RPK. It works pretty well. But yeah, I'll have to look up that mag, see if there's anything cool, or see if it's reasonably priced. I don't know. This mag was kind of expensive, so it was kind of womp womp. What's my opinion on the Kalashnikov USA 103? By the PSA 103 would be my opinion. KUSA is out of business. I have one KUSA gun. It's a 12 gauge, and I had problems with it. I had to get parts from KUSA, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. And since KUSA is like bankrupt and out of business, I personally, at this point in KUSA's history, would absolutely not buy one of their guns for that reason. Radit77, nice handguard, dude. Appreciate it. If you're talking about this one, this is the Bar War US Alpha Rail. It's kind of like that Zenico clone. Mohammed said, man, I went to Chicago and saw an American guy wearing a white hat and holding a gun. He had a mustache and no shirt. And in his garden is the U.S. flag. Is that normal? Yes. We will treat you well. Alrighty, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone tuning into the live stream today. All right. What do I consider the best? Sorry, not that I'm bitching about your comments. I love the comments. I got to get rocking out of here. Best AK for the money, PSA GF4, which is exactly what this gun is right here. Good quality AK, good quality parts, and it's not going to break the bank. It's got a pretty good value. But I appreciate everyone tuning into the channel today. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I really would appreciate it. I have tons of content coming out all the time, and I really do appreciate everyone's comments. Pickles, you are a gem as always. G6 emoji, we all will say a prayer for you. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please subscribe. No firearm sales. All right. I got to go to my girl's home. Oh, get another wife, Pickles. All right. Bye, boys. Peace out.